Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer!
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer!
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you, Archer!
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Welcome to Ace Comms, two-way radio and body-worn camera specialists. Ace Comms is proudly the Australian distributor for Motorola Solutions. Ace Comms was formed in 1988 in South Africa and has grown into a premier wireless communications technologies distributor. With a primary focus on Motorola Solutions, we also supply a wide variety of leading radio communications brands. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our partner network opportunity with you. Leverage off the high-demand wireless comms industry and let Ace Comms empower your business to grow.
Yo, up the middle, another base hit. On Sunday, now he banks one to right field. Two. Yo's back. At the track, he got it. Pumped and a fire. Struck him out swinging.
Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
The Hino 300 series set the safety benchmark with Hino SmartSafe. Built for safety, ready for anything. That's another Hino advantage.
Here at Phoenix Law & Associates, we're all about understanding your circumstances. We want to make sure that our clients have had the best service and an excellent experience. We're here to care for you.
Here at Phoenix Law & Associates, we speak your language.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer!
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer!
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you, Archer!
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Welcome to Ace Comms, two-way radio and body-worn camera specialists. Ace Comms is proudly the Australian distributor for Motorola Solutions. Ace Comms was formed in 1988 in South Africa and has grown into a premier wireless communications technologies distributor. With a primary focus on Motorola Solutions, we also supply a wide variety of leading radio communications brands. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our partner network opportunity with you. Leverage off the high-demand wireless comms industry and let Ace Comms empower your business to grow.
Yo, up the middle, another base hit. Sunday, now he banks one to right field. 2. Yo's back. At the track he got it. Pumped and fire. Struck him out swinging.
Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
In Baseball League action tonight, the home opener for the Brisbane Bandits as they entertain the Sydney Blue Sox. I'm Ken Wilson along with CJ Barnes. We're looking forward to an exciting 20 games here at the ballpark in Brisbane. This is round 2 of the season. These two teams both played 4 games last weekend. CJ, I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun, talking a lot of baseball, and for the Bandits, it's going to be quite a job to repeat on the wonderful regular season of a year ago.
Yeah, that's right, Ken. It's all the teams in the league have vastly improved. We've seen a lot more import players coming over for each and every squad. We have lost 2 teams this season. The Auckland Tuatara and the Geelong Korea team have both left the league, so it's a 6-team race, 3 teams a division, and it's going to be very, very fierce competition.
And we're ready to play ball. Nice crowd still coming into the ballpark, and a beautiful night here in Brisbane for the home opener. On the mound for the Bandits is the veteran left-hander Ryan Bollinger, and leading off Rieto Ikeda, and he takes ball 1.
Ryan Bollinger, his second start of the season, opened up against Adelaide last weekend. You're going to see a fastball, a curve, a slider, and he uses a split finger as his changeup that's quite effective, especially against the right-handed hitter.
He went 4 1/3 innings last Thursday night in Adelaide, and his fastball is a bit tight, and he goes to a 3-0 count. Interestingly enough, CJ, in that outing a week ago, he threw 88 pitches, did not walk anyone in 4 1/3 innings. And here he goes 3-0 on the leadoff hitter. And the pitch swung on and popped up down the third baseline. Giving chase is Nielsen. And this one will go out of play, and the count will move to 3-1 on the Blue Sox leadoff hitter, Rieto Ikeda.
Yeah, Bollinger threw quite well. He had some really good electric stuff, got a couple of quick outs in the first game against Adelaide, and then was subject to a few hits and some runs across, and he pitched quite much better than his stat line showed.
So his fastball is high, and after not walking anyone in his initial start of the season, Bollinger walks the first man he faces here tonight. Give you a little rundown on the Blue Sox. Ikeda jogs down to first base. Bollinger now will face the shortstop Mike Jarvis, then the DH Josh DeLuca. Hitting cleanup for the Blue Sox, playing first base, Martin Vincelli Samar, then the catcher Wyatt Hendry, third baseman Clayton Campbell, Solomon McGuire bats 7th in center, Evan Antonellis is the left fielder hitting 8th, and Mitch Austin in right field bats 9th for Sydney. And there is strike 1 on Mike Jarvis. So a lot of hitting room on the right side as the Blue Sox have the leadoff man on, and the Bandits look for 2 here. Bollinger working on Jarvis, who pops one up shallow right field. Drifting over is Riley. Now he goes back and makes the catch. And, of course, if you've been around this league and been around the Bandits in this ballpark, you know that the ball carries very well here, especially to right field.
That'll be key for Bollinger, keeping that ball down, getting ground ball outs. Another key for the Bandits pitching staff is getting that first out and limiting walks. Last week, Michael O'Neill, pitching coach for the Bandits, said that walks were one of those things that really hurt the Bandits defensively, keeping those runs off the board.
Here's Josh DeLuca, the Blue Sox designated hitter, third man in the order, and he rips one to center field. That's a base hit. Played there by Park. Stopping at second base is Ikeda, and the Blue Sox have 2 on and 1 out here in the opening inning. One of the things about the outing last Thursday night for Bollinger was everybody thought he wasn't as aggressive as he needed to be, and I know watching that game, I had the same sense that he needed to attack more, be more fierce, and not try to be quite so fine.
You saw that up and down with the entire staff. You know, there was just that reluctance to really pound the zone like we saw a lot from the pitchers last year for the Bandits. So I think that's something that Michael O'Neill and head coach Shane Watson really sort of tried to impress upon the pitching staff, was to really attack that zone and get the balls in play and get ahead of hitters.
Here is the Blue Sox cleanup hitter, Martin Vincelli Samar, and time is called.
Looks like there's a bit of confusion there between the young catcher for the Bandits, Hyung Chan is just out of high school, recently drafted by the Brewers.
We talk about these players so often coming a long way to play, if you will, in the winter or the summer here. And you look at this hitter, Martin Vincelli Samar, he is from Quebec province in Canada. Played his college ball as recently as this past spring at Sacramento State in California. He looks at a fastball and it's a strike.
It looks like and Bollinger worked out their differences there. And just need to correct myself, Ken, was drafted by the Kansas City Royals, not the Brewers.
Runners lead at first and second, 1 out, opening inning, and this pitch is in there. And that gives the pitcher, Bollinger, a good head start here. And that's the way to do it. Throw a couple of fastballs, get a couple of strikes. The Bandits looking for a double play ball here to end this top of the first inning. Bollinger taking a lot of time to get his sign from and Vincelli Samar asks for time, and it's granted by the home plate umpire, Tom West. The runners lead at second and first with 1 out. And this one in the dirt, blocked by and it's a ball, 2 strikes. I mentioned Tom West behind the plate. The umpire at first base is Paul Latta. Gavin Carson out at second, and the third base umpire is Adam Leake. And they'll be with us, all 4 of them, for all 4 games here in round 2.
That last pitch was a good pitch from Bollinger, slider in the dirt after throwing that curveball the pitch before.
Swing and a miss, and the hard one goes right on by Martin Vincelli Samar. So the first strikeout for Ryan Bollinger, and they're 2 down.
That was a really, really nice sequence from the young catcher and the pitching and the pitcher Bollinger there. Getting that fastball first, then going with the curveball, slider in the dirt to lower the eyes, and then come back upstairs with the fastball. Really nice sequence.
Here's the catcher for Sydney, Wyatt Hendry, and he takes ball 1. Hendry in the series last weekend in Sydney, when the Blue Sox took 3 out of 4 from Canberra, went 2 for 10. Pretty good lead at second for Ikeda. Huge lead for DeLuca at first, as Hall plays well behind him. And this fastball is buried in there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Ikeda's got really good speed out there at second base, so he'll be a threat to try and get that extra 90 feet.
Hendry up there, a product of San Diego State. He's a Pittsburgh Pirates draft in 2021. He takes low, blocked again by and they'll get a new baseball. There's Ikeda out at second. He is sturdy, as they say. Talking with the Blue Sox manager before the game, Tony Harris, he was talking about his body for a second baseman being so strong and actually somewhat on the bulky side almost for a middle infielder. That one's tight, and it's 3-1 now on Hendry, so he should get a pretty good pitch to hit. And it looks like, CJ, that Bollinger early here is going to rely on his fastball, which we know was the plan. I would think he might throw one here 3-1.
Especially with Clayton Campbell coming up in the next.
Fly ball center deep, way back park. He looks up, and this one is gone. A 3-run home run for Wyatt Hendry on a 3-1 pitch here in the first inning. So if you go back to last Thursday night, Bollinger had a tough time early in Adelaide, and this is a very tough time tonight here in Brisbane.
Yeah, it looks like he just brought that fastball right back in there, and Hendry did not miss. Again, that leadoff walk, that's that thing that you can point back to that, really can spell a lot of trouble for a pitching staff.
Here's a ground ball foul off the bat of Clayton Campbell. Well, the Bandits dropping 3 out of 4 to the Giants in Adelaide last weekend, and the early going was pretty tough, as is the case here tonight. Lots of times they've come back in those games and played pretty well, but got behind early. They lost 12-1, 4-0, 9-1, and then on Sunday won the wrap-up game 3-1. So they were outscored handily 26-5 in that 4-game series.
I think it's pretty obvious that it's very tough to come back when you are that far up or far behind.
Clayton Campbell strikes out. Bollinger relies on his fastball. It haunts him on a 3-1 pitch to Hendry, a 3-run home run. So after half an inning, here at Viticon Stadium, it's the Blue Sox 3 and the Bandits coming up.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer!
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer!
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you, Archer!
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
The Sydney Blue Sox and the Brisbane Bandits here at Viticon Stadium. We're going to the bottom half, the home half of the opening inning.
And on the mound for the Sydney Blue Sox, Ryotaro Mori, right-handed pitcher from the Chiba Lotte Marines in Japan, 180 centimeters, 87 kilos, had opened up for the Blue Sox last weekend with a 5-inning shutout performance against Canberra Cavalry.
Here's Milo Rushford leading off, and the youngster swings and misses at a fastball. Strike one. Rushford, along with Mike Jarvis, who flied out in the top of the inning for the Blue Sox, tied for 5th in the league in hitting. I know it's early. 5 for 14 in the first weekend. So that's 357 coming into round 2. And another fastball misses, and it's 1-1 on Rushford with Jack Pineda on deck, and then Saiwan Park.
Saw a lot of good batting from Rushford, as you said. 5 hits, one of them a triple showing off the speed, racing around. So expect a lot of good things out of Rushford this season.
Morey was the winning pitcher against Canberra in the opening series. He went 5 innings, pitched shutout ball and allowed only 2 hits, didn't walk anyone, and struck out 6. And he's upstairs with that pitch. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on the youngster Milo Rushford, who was named after a pizza parlor in San Diego, California. His dad drove a pizza delivery truck for 5 years at Milo's Pizza in San Diego, and this one is fouled away. And there's a lot more to that story, and as the season goes on, we'll, by gosh, be telling
I look
it.
forward to hearing that.
That's just a tease, folks.
Story of this at-bat is a good one for Rushford, the young Royals farmhand. Really battling there. Good stuff from Morey so far.
There's another fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We mentioned Pineda on deck. We had a change late in the announced lineups. Jack Pineda was playing second base, and Wade Logan was playing shortstop, and all of a sudden Logan is not in the game. Swing and a miss, and Rushford is out of there, and it's nothing but heat from Rio Toro Morey.
And, perhaps Bollinger and the Bandits pitching staff can take a little advice from Morey there, just pounding the zone with that fastball.
Here is Pineda, who just showed up a few days ago here in Brisbane. Kansas City Royals farmhand. He rips one. Caught on the line by the shortstop Jarvis. A very nice play as the youngster goes to his right and takes a hit away from Jack Pineda. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Bandits' first inning.
This has sort of been the tale of the tape for the Bandits so far this season. Good wood on the ball and just right at somebody.
Here's the third hitter in the Bandits' order, center fielder Saiwan Park. And he swings and misses. 1 strike. If somebody said, do you think the 2 starting pitchers will go with fastballs early? The answer is yes. The defense is straight away on the left-handed hitter, and he swings and misses. And it's 0-2.
Not sure if Park was fooled on that one or what, but he was well and truly behind it.
Park, just 22 years of age, went 3 for 14 in Adelaide last weekend. Swing and a miss. So, Morey, the starter for the Blue Sox, makes it look easy, strikes out 2, and it's a 1-2-3 story. You're watching the Australian Baseball League on Baseball Plus.
Welcome to Ace Comms, two-way radio and body-worn camera specialists. Ace Comms is proudly the Australian distributor for Motorola Solutions. Ace Comms was formed in 1988 in South Africa and has grown into a premier wireless communications technologies distributor. With a primary focus on Motorola Solutions, we also supply a wide variety of leading radio communications brands. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our partner network opportunity with you. Leverage off the high-demand wireless comms industry and let Ace Comms empower your business to grow.
Yo, up the middle, another base hit. Last Sunday, now he banks one to right field. 2. Yo's back. At the track, he got it. Pumped and the fire. Struck him out swinging.
Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
There you go. There is the Bandits' new mascot. Good looking mascot. Buster is his name. I assume it's a he.
I'm not sure how he self-identifies, but Buster is hanging out down there near the Panel Fab box.
There's the Outlaw Gang. Here's Solomon McGuire leading off in the second inning for Sydney, and he takes strike 1. A lot going on at the ballpark, always a lot of fun. This is the home opener. We'll be here again tomorrow night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. Swing and a miss, and it is no balls, 2 strikes. Solomon is the center fielder for the Blue Sox. He went 2 for 11 last weekend against Canberra. And this one fouled away. He spent most of the 2023 summer injured, so he hasn't played a lot lately. This is his second ABL season. He's only 20 years of age, Solomon McGuire, facing the veteran Ryan Bollinger. This ball is popped up right side, the second baseman Fritsch, and he makes the catch. The way he played that, it looked like it was windy here, but there isn't that much wind. The 3 flags out in right center field barely blowing off the poles, so it's not real windy, a very pleasant night for a ball game here at the ballpark.
And you mentioned Ken Solomon McGuire, 2 for 11, 182 average start off. It just goes to show how fickle the game of baseball is. You know, the Bandits did not hit well against Adelaide, ended up with a 202 average, and ended up 1-3. Sydney, 3-1. They ended up with a 207 average after the first weekend. So sometimes it just doesn't break your way.
Yeah, the numbers often don't lie, but every once in a while they mislead a little bit. This is the 8th hitter in the Blue Sox order, their left fielder, Evan Antonellis. And that fastball is tight.
And where did Evan Antonellis play earlier this year, Ken?
He spent the 2023 summer in the Pecos League. And you might ask, where and what? There's a breaking ball. Did he check his swing? Yes, he did. The Lancaster Soundbreakers is the team that Antonellis played for this past summer in North America. And you might say, how did he do? 156 at-bats, 78 hits. That's 500, folks. That's not bad in any league. And the breaking ball down and in. So he draws a walk. That's 2 walks allowed now in an inning and a third by Bollinger.
And that's going to be the thing for Bollinger here is if he's going to be able to use that fastball effectively and not have it put out of the park, he's got to get those breaking pitches over for a striker, at least in a zone where he can get some swings and misses.
The 9th hitter in the Blue Sox order is right fielder Mitch Austin. Fastball, strike. Yeah, the Blue Sox as a team, as CJ mentions, hitting 207. That's 4th in the league. The Bandits hitting 202, 5th in the league, so about the same. Fastball high and away, and it's 1-1. The Blue Sox with a 3-0 lead here in the second inning tonight. They scored 13 runs. That's all in the 4-game series with Canberra. 13 runs, 4th in the league. The Bandits, of course, scored only 5 runs in Adelaide. So with a swing and a miss, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
It's a good-looking breaking pitch there from Bollinger. That's what he's got to do. He's got to be aggressive, keep working that zone.
First baseman Hall for the Bandits holds it first with Antonellis. And this one a little bit low apparently. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck for the Blue Sox is their leadoff hitter, Reito Ikeda. 1 on, 1 out. And this one fouled at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Neither one of these teams coming into the game tonight much on the power side. In their 4-game series against Canberra, Sydney hit only 1 home run. But what do they get in the first inning here tonight? A 3-run home run. Wow. Another fastball. Strike 3 called and 3 strikeouts early here for Bollinger.
Great setup there. You know, he's using the breaking pitch to set up that fastball. This time he managed to get the breaking pitches over the plate where he could really use them effectively, and then paints the outside corner. That's just doesn't get any better than that.
Here's the leadoff hitter, Ikeda.
Antonellis not really a threat to run, not many stolen bases in his career.
Ikeda walked starting the game. With 1 out, DeLuca singled, and with 2 outs, Wyatt Henry hit a 3-run homer to center field. And that's been the scoring story as the Blue Sox bat here in inning 2. Fastball away. Interesting stance for Ikeda. Keeps his feet close together.
Very upright.
Boy, he's got a stocky build for a second baseman. And his feet together, slightly open stance. Bollinger nods, he has his sign. And Ikeda, as Bollinger pitches, lifts the front left leg. Down the line, back of first, the second baseman, Fritsch, and he makes the catch. And that retires the Blue Sox here in the second inning. This is Brisbane Bandits baseball on the ABL's Baseball Plus.
The Hino 300 series set the safety benchmark with Hino SmartSafe. Built for safety, ready for anything. That's another Hino advantage.
Here at Phoenix Law & Associates, we're all about understanding your circumstances. We want to make sure that our clients have had the best service and an excellent experience. We're here to care for you.
Here at Phoenix Law & Associates, we speak your language.
Vidicon Stadium here in Brisbane. Ken Wilson along with CJ Barnes. Nice to have you along. We'll be doing all of the home games of the Bandits here at Vidicon Stadium. I guess that would be round 2, round 4, round 6, round 8, and round 10. 10 rounds.
Sounds like a deal to me, Ken.
Yeah, 10 rounds in the ABL, 4 games each round. And you're home every other weekend.
And if I carry the 2, that's 40.
Yeah, that's right. I'm glad you're here to help me with the math. This is Tayden Hall, the Bandits' first baseman and cleadoff hitter, leading off. 3 for 12 last weekend with a couple of walks, and he cuts and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hall comes from the Brewers system. He's very highly thought of for his contact, and truth be told, he was one of the few who really was able to make good contact last weekend against the Giants.
Yeah, his forte is getting on base. He'll draw some walks. We mentioned he had 2 with 3 hits last weekend. Fouls this one back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We've never really given you the batting order for the Bandits. After Hall, it'll be the 5th hitter, second baseman Dermot Fritsch, then the DH Andrew Soupy Campbell. Mitch Nielsen hits 7th, plays 3rd. Big chopper to the first baseman, Vincelli Samar, and that's 1 down here in the 2nd. The 8th hitter is Hee Young Chan the catcher, and then batting 9th and playing right tonight for Brisbane is Will Riley. Here is Fritsch.
Fritsch had himself a pretty darn good series down in Adelaide, 4 for 12, hit .333 and a big home run in a losing effort against the in Game 3, but a big home run.
He fouls the pitch back, 1 strike. Campbell on deck, Fritsch at the plate, 1 out, nobody on for the Bandits in the 2nd inning, and they trail Sydney 3-0. Sydney up thanks to a Wyatt Hendry home run in the 1st inning. The outfield plays him to pull, and Fritsch looks at a fastball strike, and he's in the hole 0-2. Morey sends it home, and the breaking ball drops low. The Blue Sox with Antonellis in left field, McGuire in center, Austin in right. 3rd to 1st on the infield, Campbell, Jarvis, Ikeda, and Vincelli Samar. And the catcher is Hendry. Ikeda gobbles it up, the throw over to first in time, 2 up, 2 down here in the Bandits' 2nd inning.
That was another example of a great sequence of pitches there. Morey comes in hard with the fastball twice, gets ahead, breaking pitch in the dirt, and then comes back again a bit up in the zone. Really tough to lay off and gets that easy ground ball from Fritsch.
Here's the veteran serving as the DH tonight, Soupy Campbell, 2 for 15 in round 1 in Adelaide. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, Campbell was a bit of a victim of the size of the park down there in Adelaide. He had he had about 3 fly balls that carried all the way to the warning track that would have been well and truly out at Vidicon Stadium.
He had a couple of hits in 15 at-bats, did drive in a couple of runs, and he's in the hole 0-2.
Yeah, he ended up having probably the biggest hit of the Bandits series, turned things around for the Bandits. It was a hustle double that put him into scoring position and helped the Bandits get the lead.
A fastball that you could hear, might not have been able to see, and that's 1-2-3 in the 2nd inning, and half of the Bandits hitters through 2 have struck out. It's on to the 3rd inning, and the Bandits trail the Blue Sox 3-0.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer.
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer.
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
Well, I'll be.
Thank you, Archer.
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
This game moves to the top of the third inning, and the visiting Blue Sox have a 3-0 lead facing the veteran 32-year-old Ryan Bollinger. He's upstairs with the first pitch, a fastball, ball one. Mike Jarvis, Josh DeLuca, and Martin Vincelli Samar here in the third for the Blue Sox. Jarvis in the first inning flied to right field. Swing and a miss. Jarvis has played it as high as AAA. He's 25 years of age now and played his college ball at San Diego State. He signed with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And that's the big league team that's provided a few players here to Sydney this season. 2-1 on Jarvis.
And that's one of the big differences we're seeing in the quality of the play in the league this year is that, a lot of teams, or some of the teams didn't have that big league influx of players. Now everybody seems to be getting a little taste of that big league pie.
Jarvis with a very spread stance, slightly open. Looks at one a bit low. One of the reasons that the Blue Sox have gotten some Pirates players is their skipper, the veteran ABL manager Tony Harris, is a senior advisor for the Pittsburgh Pirates and is their Pacific Rim scout. Another foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, the Blue Sox have gotten some really good arms as well. One of the we might see definitely this weekend is Carlos Jimenez, young strikeout artist in their single A.
Up the middle, the ground ball is through, a single. So Jarvis has his 6th hit in 5 early games this season. So he's off to a very good start offensively. And that'll bring up Josh DeLuca, third hitter in the order, the designated hitter. He singled in the first inning with 1 out after Ikeda led off with a walk, and then with 2 outs, the Wyatt Hendry home run. It's been the story of this ball game. Here's a bunt attempt, and it's missed for a strike. DeLuca, this past summer in North America, played independent ball, played in the Atlantic League and the Frontier League. Bandits look for 2. Swing and a miss on a pitch down, and it's 0-2. The Atlantic League is, as you might expect, near the Atlantic Ocean. The Frontier League is somewhat has a division in the East and a division in the Midwest in the United States. High and away, throw to first. Safe, just getting his hand back is Mike Jarvis.
Really good snap throw there from Taden Hall. Did a great job of getting that and putting the tag down, but swim move by Jarvis just beat it.
One of the early stories for the Bandits is going to be watching the progress of Hee-Young Chan, the young catcher from Korea. Swing and a miss. So back to the dugout goes Josh DeLuca, who struck out 7 times last weekend at home against Canberra and strikes out here for the first out in the third inning. Here's the cleanup hitter, Vincelli Samar. He's a big kid, 6'2", 225 pounds.
Had a little bit of a Juan Soto move getting in the box there.
1 strike.
Kind of dragged his back foot up through the front of the box. Little bit of razzle-dazzle.
Plenty of hitting room on the right side, and a throw to first, and back safely is Jarvis. He's there with 1 out. It's the visiting Blue Sox half of the third, and they have a commanding early 3-0 lead. The veteran, well-traveled Ryan Bollinger making his 2nd start of the season for the Bandits. This one fouled back. We mentioned Bollinger, 32 years of age. As you look at Vincelli Samar, who played college ball this past spring at Sacramento State, was all WAC out of play. The WAC being the Western Athletic Conference, a Division I conference at kind of a second tier to the big conferences. But the WAC plays pretty good baseball. And Vincelli Samar had a very, very good season. 17 homers, 60 RBIs this past spring for the Hornets. This one fouled back, and it's no balls, 2 strikes.
You might think he's look at him and say he's built a bit like a catcher, and that's because that is his primary position, catching.
Yes, he has been a catcher. Hall holds at first with Jarvis with 1 gone here in the top of the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. Bollinger gets him to go fishing, and Bollinger now in 2 2/3 has struck out 5.
And you can hear the famous Outlaws in their Outlaw section singing "Hey Hey Goodbye." Do that every time somebody strikes out. And there we see the infamous Dead Smurfs. Good breaking pitch on the outside there. Past 2 batters that Bollinger sat down just look like they've been really fooled by what he's doing.
Up at the letters for a strike. This is the home run hitting Blue Sox catcher Wyatt Hendry. He took a 2-1 fastball to take the count to 3-1 his first time up, and then got a 3-1 fastball that he hit out near the scoreboard in center field. 1 ball, 1 strike.
For those fans watching at home, you will see as the strikeouts rack up, the Outlaws putting up the Dead Smurfs to indicate how many strikeouts the Bandits have tonight.
That's a first for me, the Dead Smurfs.
One of the many fine features of Vidicon Stadium here, the Outlaws.
This is a great ballpark, that I came and visited earlier in the year, and I love it because it has so much character. It's very cozy. Much of the coziness is due to the limited foul territory. So when you come out here as a fan, you're close to the action. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Wyatt Hendry.
Bollinger seems to have figured out this Blue Sox lineup. He's really doing what we said at the beginning, attacking the zone, getting those strikes in there.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. So he ends up striking out the side after a Mike Jarvis leadoff single. And that is 6 strikeouts in 3 innings for Ryan Bollinger. On to the bottom of the 3rd and the bottom 3rd of the Brisbane batting order, and it is 3-0 Sydney.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer.
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer.
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
Well, all me.
Thank you, Archer.
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
The Australian Baseball League, and we're glad you found us on Baseball Plus, new to the league this season. All of the games are televised from Vidicon Stadium. There is the man who's been so tough on the Bandits here in the early going, the right-hander from Japan, Ryotaro Mori, who had a limit of 50 pitches when he pitched last weekend against Canberra at home. But he has not a 50-pitch limit tonight, according to the skipper, Tony Harris. He wouldn't pin him down with a number, but he said no limit of 50. Here's the first pitch to Mitch Nielsen, the Bandits' third baseman, leading off here in the third inning, as the Bandits are looking for their first base runner, trailing 3-0.
I think even if Maury had a pitch limit of 50 tonight, he'd still make it through about 6 innings the way he's going.
We mentioned his first outing, shutout ball on 2 hits over 5 innings. Nielsen hits it a mile high right side. The second baseman calls, and Ikeda makes the catch, and that's 1 away. I'm impressed by Maury. I was told he's a finesse pitcher. I want to see the finesse because I certainly haven't seen it here in 2 1/3.
It's been smash mouth pitching so far. He has just been coming. You mentioned Ken. He's about 92 to 94. If this is that's what he's throwing right now, it's looking pretty quick for 94.
Here is the Bandits catcher. He takes a strike. Has had 9 at bats in that series at Adelaide and did not get a hit. So he's looking for his first ABL hit, and he does not connect there, and it's 0-2.
He's got a big arcing swing. It looks, it's got a very nice look to it, but he's got to make sure to time up the pitching well, otherwise he's going to struggle.
That's strike 3 called, and 4 strikeouts in 2 2/3 for Ryotaro Mori. And now the 9th hitter in the order for the Bandits, Will Riley, who has played some second base in the series at Adelaide and some right field, and he's in right field tonight. He went 2 for 13 in round 1. Played a little bit with the Bandits a year ago. 1 strike. Last season he had 19 at-bats and 3 hits. This season he's had 13 at-bats and 2 hits. So that's something like 5 for, I don't know. It's about 150.
32?
Yeah,
31?
That's about right. Very good. So he's looking to get some life in that bat of his. Played quite a bit of college ball in the United States. Finished up in the Pac-12 with the University of Oregon Ducks. There's a ground ball, and it's through into right field. So Riley gets that bat warmed up a little bit. He has the first Bandits hit of the night, a 2-out single here in the 3rd inning.
We'll make that 6 for 33 for Will Riley. Nice little piece of hitting. Didn't try and do too much. Sneaks it into the gap there between first and second. And the Bandits have a runner aboard.
For the leadoff hitter, Milo Rushford.
You get the impression that the Bandits were a bit taken aback by Maury's sort of power pitching that he did right there at the beginning. If they were expecting finesse, now they know what his game is. They can come in with a bit more of an aggressive approach at the plate.
Rushford swing and a miss. He struck out swinging in the opening inning. Rushford is only 19 years of age. He's out of Arizona. Strike on the inside corner. He had an outstanding, as you would expect, high school career. and then was ready to go to New Mexico State to play college ball. He was drafted last year, 2022, in the 18th round by the Kansas City Royals, and his dad, a former big leaguer, felt that he should sign rather than play in college and get as many opportunities in pro ball as possible. Big bounder to third. It's a fair ball into second base, and now heading to third is Riley. He'll go in sliding, and the throw goes to second base. So Milo Rushford, who had 5 hits in round 1, has himself a single here in the third inning, and the Bandits have runners at first and third with 2 outs.
I'm hoping the scorers take some pity on Clayton Campbell there. That was a tough play. That's a tough read to try and get that bounce. Not sure if it's going to hit the base or not. Just skipped right up over it and into left field.
That's a hit all the way for me. I don't see too many third basemen making that play.
Not at this level, certainly. Maybe Manny Machado's making that, but that is a tough thing to read.
Here is Jack Pineda, who drilled the ball to shortstop in the first inning. Fine backhanded stab by Jarvis to take a hit away, and the fastball is upstairs for a ball.
This is a situation that the Bandits found themselves in quite a few times last weekend. 2 outs, runners in scoring position, 1 for 26 going into Sunday's game before they managed to sneak a few across. So this is something they really need to focus on, try and get this run across.
Throw to first. Oh, back in time is the youngster Rushford.
Getting picked off probably not a good idea either.
No, not when you're at first base and you've got a runner ahead of you at third with 2 outs. Pineda played high A in the Midwest League this past summer at Quad Cities on the Mississippi, Iowa, and Illinois. Second half he was hurt, so he's coming back from injury, coming here to the ABL. Throw to first. Rushford is back. As the good base runners say, you want to have a lead just long enough so you barely get back when they throw over.
Yeah, I would agree with that. In principle, Milo Rushford giving me a bit of anxiety here with how little room he has for error there. Maury, an excellent move to first base.
1-0 the count on Pineda. The 24-year-old ready to go takes a fastball. It's in there, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Pineda played his college ball at a very high level at Baylor University in Waco, Texas. And then in 2022 was drafted by the Kansas City Royals in the 12th round of the amateur draft.
Hit .313 for the Baylor Bears with an OPS of .907, so definitely has a good stick on him.
And he just saw a good fastball. 1-2. An opportunity here for the Bandits in the third as they trail at 3-0. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Facing Ryotaro Mori from Japan. Fouled away. Still 1-2.
Good at bat here from Pineda. Hanging in there. Just got to stay on that fastball. Maury's bringing it in hard.
Rushford at first, Riley at third, 2 gone here in the third. Outfield shades a bit to left. The right fielder, Austin, is especially deep. Of course, we know how well the ball carries to right field here in Brisbane. Here's a liner to left. That'll fall, a base hit. Riley scores easily. Rushford stops at second base as Antonellis gets the ball back in, and the crowd is excited as the Bandits have their first run at home here in the 2023-24 season.
I said Jack Pineda needed to stay on that fastball, and stay on it he did. He managed to get just enough of it to flare it out into left field, and that is a big change in the narrative from the early season for the Bandits, is getting those runs across when those runners are in scoring position. Excellent work by Jack Pineda.
And a gutsy 2-out rally here in the third. 3 consecutive singles putting the Bandits on the board, and now we have a conference on the hill, including the translator. So we've got a Japanese starter on the hill tonight for the Blue Sox. We're going to get another tomorrow night. Shinsuke Nakamori will pitch tomorrow night in Game 2 for Sydney. Brody Cooper Vasilakis will pitch tomorrow night for the Bandits. Another 6:30 start, and we hope you'll find your way to the ballpark tomorrow night here in Newmarket. Easy ballpark to find, and a ballpark that produces a lot of fun. Lots of activities. Great concessions. Got some delicious looking food here.
I had a pizza earlier tonight, and it was absolutely fantastic. Wood-fire Brisbane Bandits pizza.
Here is Saiwan Park, who struck out swinging in the first inning. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Chance to get more, and this ball laced down the left field line, and it is a fair ball. In to score from second is Rushford. Pineda around third. Here's the relay throw. It's in time. The tag. He's safe. He slides in under the tag. It's a huge double for Park, and all of a sudden the Bandits have tied it. All with 2 outs, 4 consecutive hits from Riley, Rushford, Pineda, and Park, and a 2-run double for Park, and it's 3-3 here in the third inning.
Just another great job of hitting by Saiwan Park, not trying to do too much. We've been seeing Maury pumping those fastballs, hard fastballs into the zone. Just needed to wait one out and get enough bat on it to get it flared out there. That was a great piece of hitting, Saiwan Park.
And a chance for the cleanup hitter, Tayden Hall, to break this 3-3 deadlock. Runner out in scoring position with 2 outs. Hall grounded to first, leading off last inning. A shot, gloved on one hop. Nice play by Vincelli Samard, and he beats him to the bag. So Hall is retired, but not before the Bandits, with 2 outs, put 4 consecutive hits together, score 3. And after 3 innings here at Vidicon Stadium, it's the Blue Sox 3 and the Bandits 3.
Welcome to Ace Comms, two-way radio and body-worn camera specialists. Ace Comms is proudly the Australian distributor for Motorola Solutions. Ace Comms was formed in 1988 in South Africa and has grown into a premier wireless communications technologies distributor. With a primary focus on Motorola Solutions, we also supply a wide variety of leading radio communications brands. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our partner network opportunity with you. Leverage off the high-demand wireless comms industry and let Ace Comms empower your business to grow.
Yo, up the middle, another base hit. Last Sunday, now he banks one to right field. 2. Yo's back. At the track he got it. Pump and the fire. Struck him out swinging.
Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
We've got ourselves quite a ball game here in Brisbane tonight. Ken Wilson along with C.J. Barnes. We've got the Bandits hosting the Blue Sox, and the game moves to the 4th, deadlocked at 3. Clayton Campbell leads it off against Ryan Bollinger, and he takes ball 1. It'll be Campbell, McGuire, and Antonellis for Tony Harris's Blue Sox.
New life here for Bollinger. He'll be trying to keep up the good work he's had past couple innings. Only 1 hit given up, 1 walk, and a whole bunch of strikeouts.
Here's a shot to left. Racing over is Rushford. What a catch! What a running catch! Out in left field by the 19-year-old Milo Rushford. He takes an extra base hit away from Clayton Campbell.
Only a bandit could cause that kind of highway robbery. Clayton Campbell just tattoos it, but Milo Rushford, what Just what a catch.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Look at that strike on replay. That's good.
What do they say? Pitching and defense, and you'll win a lot of games. First pitch is low to Solomon McGuire, the 20-year-old, who is 2 for 12 on the young season, hitting 7th in the Blue Sox batting order. That's a good pitch at the knees for a strike. Talking about Bollinger earlier, he's been around in the Phils organization, the White Sox, the Yankees, and the Padres. Just a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike. You want to use the term well-traveled. You have found the right fellow to use it with in Ryan Bollinger.
Journeyman.
A journeyman. Crafty left-hander who's pitched a lot of places. Been in the Chinese Pro League, the German League, the Frontier League, the American Association, and the no longer existing Can-Am League, to say nothing of the Australian Baseball League.
Bollinger was a feature.
That is strike 3 called. And that's a mere 7 strikeouts in 3 2/3 innings for Bollinger.
Bollinger was a feature of the 2015 to 2019 run of championships here in Brisbane.
First pitch, strike 1 called on Evan Antonellis. We already told you that Antonellis played for the Lancaster Soundbreakers in the Pecos League this past summer. Swing and a miss. What we have failed to tell you is he played at Concord University in the college level. And you might say, where is Concord University? Which is what I said. And the answer is in Athens, West Virginia.
I was about to say that, Ken.
And you might then say, where is Athens, West Virginia? And I guess we'll have to say, in West Virginia, somewhere near Charleston. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the left fielder, Evan Antonellis.
Somewhere near a country road, I would imagine.
Yeah, there are a few hills. Somewhere in Appalachia. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
As of the 2020 census, Athens, West Virginia had a population of 944.
What you really need to know is how many stoplights.
That sounds like a 1 stoplight town.
I'd say so. Strike 3 call. 1, 2, 3 is the story. That's 8 strikeouts for Bollinger, and 5 of the last 6 Blue Sox have fanned. So we've got ourselves quite a ball game. This is the Australian Baseball League on Baseball Plus.
The Hino 300 series set the safety benchmark with Hino SmartSafe. Built for safety, ready for anything. That's another Hino advantage.
Here at Phoenix Law & Associates, we're all about understanding your circumstances. We want to make sure that our clients have had the best service and an excellent experience. We're here to care for you.
Here at Phoenix Law & Associates, we speak your language.
Nothing like being at the ballpark. Always a lot of fun. A lot of activities between innings here, including the famous bike race Look at this.
Look at Blue coming up from behind there. White just didn't see him coming. Oh, it's like racing the freeze out there in Atlanta.
Look at that. Two big guys and two little bikes.
And one big mullet. Look at that. That's a beauty.
And I'd like to tell you about the prize package for the winner, but I think we'll do that some other time. Meanwhile, Dermot Fritsch leads off in the fourth inning with this ball game tied at 3. He is the second baseman, and he's the man who really had the most offense for the club in Adelaide over last weekend, and he's up there with a count of 1 strike, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Fritsch didn't see a lot of action in 2022-23. He got a handful of at-bats, but didn't see after his Rookie of the Year season in 2019. But this year, so far, has come out of the gates looking pretty good.
Takes a strike. Yeah, he's had a very good start. Can play some shortstop as well as second base.
And if you watch the game on Sunday, third base as well with a highlight reel web gem.
He fouls this one back. Logan Wade was in the starting lineup and then was a late scratch, which actually put Fritsch in the lineup tonight. He was not slated to start. He fouls this one away. Speaking of somewhat obscure places, as we have been, Pecos League and Athens, West Virginia, Fritsch played some college ball at Western Nebraska College in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, which is actually one of the bigger cities in Nebraska. Foul back.
Which isn't saying a whole lot.
No. Once you get past Omaha and Lincoln, they're all pretty small. And I don't want you to think for a minute, folks, that we will be talking United States geography all season.
No, despite what you might be hearing in the voices here, no.
Yes.
A handful of geography, but nothing too extensive.
There is strike 3 called on Dermot Fritsch, so he's the first out here in the fourth inning. We could mix it up with European geography or whatever.
That's right. Australian geography, although I feel like we're setting ourselves up for failure with that.
I was going to say, my wife said to me the other day, have you learned all the names of all those cities in Australia? I said, I don't have a life long enough to learn all of those strange-looking cities. Here's Soupy Campbell, and he fouls the first pitch back, 1 strike. It's fascinating. This is my third visit to the great country of Australia, and it's the second time I have been there this year. My wife and I absolutely love it and love Brisbane. And yes, I've been to Melbourne. I have been to Sydney. Here's one hit high down the line and left. It'll go foul, out of play, 0-2.
You know, I'd argue, and I reserve the right to be wrong, but it's such a diverse ecosystem, different places. You know, you go up to far north Queensland, you have rainforests that go right up to the beach. You go west, and you're in the outback, and you see some of the most beautiful alien deserts, and then there's beaches like you wouldn't believe it. It's fantastic, and just you can see a little bit of everything here.
Fritsch and Campbell have both struck out to lead off the fourth, and here's Mitch Nielsen, who's 1 out of 12 so far with 6 strikeouts, so he's looking to get that bat hot. Fastball, strike called.
That said, his one hit was a double in that Sunday game against Adelaide that scored Andrew Campbell and put the Bandits up 2 runs. So his one hit was a big hit.
Morey has struck out 6 Bandits hitters. On the other side, Bollinger has retired 8 Blue Sox via the strikeout. Swing and a miss. Not much question, he went around.
Third base umpire Adam Leake said no, he did not go.
I would suggest that he came pretty close to swinging.
You know what? That's a very favorable call from Adam Leake.
3-3 is the score here in the Bandits' half of the fourth. Morey ready to go with a 1-2 pitch, and he misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
If Nilsson manages to do some damage here, you'll almost guarantee to hear a bit of chatter from the Sydney dugout.
Nilsson, 32 years of age, so he has been around. Swing and a miss. So the Bandits go down in order, all 3 hitters striking out. That's 7 strikeouts for the Japanese right-hander, Ryotaro Mori. After 4 innings here in Brisbane, it's the Bandits 3 and the Blue Sox 3.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer.
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer.
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
Hold on, B.
Thank you, Archer.
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
It's anybody's ball game, 3-3, moving to the 5th inning. And one of the big stories has been 32-year-old Ryan Bollinger, who, when he pitched last Thursday night in Adelaide, had a rugged first inning, settled down, and was strong, going 4 1/3, throwing 88 pitches. Tonight he has gone 4, had a rugged first inning, and since then has been dominant. Since the home run, the 3-run shot off the bat of Wyatt Hendry in the first inning, he has retired 10 of 12 hitters, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. So he has really taken control as he faces Mitch Austin leading off the 5th inning for Sydney. Ball 1. Austin called out on strikes his first time up in the 2nd inning, and it is 1-1.
Austin played his college ball in the U.S. at Newman University, home of the Jets.
Newman University in Wichita, less than 1,000 students. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. You might say, have you ever been, Ken, to Newman University? I've been to Wichita, Kansas once, and I was driving down the freeway and saw a little campus on the side, and there was a sign that said Newman University. And I kept on driving, and this is the first time I've heard of Newman University since. Here's a pop-up off the bat of Austin. Mitch Nielsen there makes the catch routinely, and that's 1 gone here in the 5th inning.
I myself have never been to Wichita, so, that's 1 up on me, Ken.
Well, let's put it this way. If you had missed Kansas, it would be okay.
That's Oklahoma.
There's 50 states, I hear, and there are many of them that are very missable. Here's ball 1 to Raito Ikeda, who has walked and scored and popped out. And being an American, I can say that.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, I
That
can
is
say
true.
that.
The Midwest states kind of blend together a little bit.
There's a strike. I have to laugh at people when you talk to them when you're not in the United States. And many of them will say, oh, I want to go to the U.S. I want to go to the U.S. Here's a ground ball pulled foul. And many of them will say, after they say, I want to go to New York, I want to go to Disney World, I want to go to Los Angeles, the next thing they say is, I want to drive from New York to Los Angeles.
Good luck with that.
And I said, there are only 5 Americans in history that have ever driven from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean in the United States. Swing and a miss. So 2 down here in the Blue Sox 5th. And what a job Ryan Bollinger is doing in this game. All of a sudden, since allowing a walk, a single, and a 3-run homer in the first inning, he has been tremendous.
And that last pitch there, fastball, there was he reached back for that one, got that high cheese on Akita, and managed to sit him down. He's gotten stronger as this game's gone along.
And there you go. First pitch, fastball. I believe some people will believe that many hitters will take the first pitch with some regularity, especially early in the game. Now it's 0-2. Bollinger already has struck out 9 tonight.
That's why a lot of strategy when you're pitching, you see pitchers trying to throw, if they got a good curveball, you throw a curveball first pitch, because a lot of guys will lay off, especially if they see something breaking.
Here's a ground ball to short. Pineda bobbles, gets up, and holds the ball. So a base runner here. After a stretch where Bollinger retired 12 of 14, Jarvis is aboard on an error by the shortstop.
Pineda did a good job recovering after that one, ate him up a little bit, but Jarvis just way too quick on the base paths.
So this is only, and we're in the 5th inning with 2 outs, the 3rd Blue Sox base runner since Wyatt Hendry's home run in the opening inning. The Bandits coming back in the 3rd, scoring 3 on an RBI Pineda single and a 2-run double from Park. Down to 2nd goes Jarvis, and he has himself a stolen base, which is not a bad idea with 2 outs and your number 3 hitter up.
Well, Jarvis doing the right thing there as well. He went on first movement. There was no question he was going, no waiting to see if Bollinger would go to the plate. Bollinger pretty quick for a lefty getting to the plate, but Jarvis quick. Good throw by though.
That's 4 stolen bases here in 5 games for Sydney. 1 ball, 1 strike on Josh DeLuca, who has singled and struck out. So he is 2 for 17 here in the early going of the 2023-24 season. This young man has played as high as AAA ball. Tied at 3 with 2 outs here in the 5th. DeLuca trying to pick up his teammate in scoring position. That one just misses. Some of the umpires who paid to enter the ballpark thought that was a strike. Vincelli Samar is on deck. DeLuca, 3rd hitter in the order, up there with a count of 2-1. Ground ball. Big hop at 3rd for Nielsen. The throw across to Hall is in time to retire the side. A 2-out error, a stolen base, a runner left. That's 3 runners left on base tonight for the Blue Sox. It's the middle of the 5th inning here at the ballpark, and you're watching the Australian Baseball League on Baseball Plus.
Welcome to Ace Comms, two-way radio and body-worn camera specialists. Ace Comms is proudly the Australian distributor for Motorola Solutions. Ace Comms was formed in 1988 in South Africa and has grown into a premier wireless communications technologies distributor. With a primary focus on Motorola Solutions, we also supply a wide variety of leading radio communications brands. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our partner network opportunity with you. Leverage off the high-demand wireless comms industry and let Ace Comms empower your business to grow.
Yo, up the middle, another base hit. Last Sunday, now he banks one to right field. 2. Yo's back. At the track, he got it. Up and the fire. Struck him out swinging.
Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
We hope you're planning on coming out often to the ballpark here in the summer of 2023. Vidicon Stadium, nice cozy little yard, not much foul territory, close to the action. And get ready this season for the Wild West Saloon. Friday and Saturday nights, a ticket for $65. They tell me it's fabulous location, and I understand you can drink beer for 2 hours as part of the $65. You can always go to the Brisbane Bandits website, get more information on the Wild West Saloon. The ball hit down towards the right field corner. Over there and running out of room is the right fielder, Austin. So still has life at the plate. Riley in the top of the order, Rushford here in the 5th inning of a 3-3 ball game.
A little bit of action over there in the Brisbane Bandits bullpen. Got Jae Sung Han getting warmed up. Bollinger has thrown very well through 5 innings, but pitch count probably a little bit high. Those early innings cost him a bit on with his efficiency.
Called out on strikes his first at bat. Looks at a pitch high and tight, 1-1. You look at the work for Bollinger through 5. He has 9 strikeouts. Walked only 2. Ground ball to short. And that bounds off the forearm of the shortstop Jarvis. And safe at first is
That was a theme for the Sydney Blue Sox down in Sydney last weekend against Canberra. 7 errors in the field. This is that plays into the Bandits' strengths. If they can put the ball in play, they got a lot of speed out there. They can make things seem a little bit quicker for the Blue Sox fielders. So good work by just putting the ball on and getting something happening.
9th hitter Will Riley. He started it all, you recall, in the 3rd with 2 outs. Single to right field. It was the first of 4 straight hits that produced 3. Fastball strike. Talking about the defense of the Blue Sox. If you look at their pitching, they gave up 11 runs, not many, in that 4-game series. But 6 of them were unearned. And their skipper, Tony Harris, said he wasn't too worried about it. He said infield ground balls where the youngsters kind of rushed a little bit. That might have been the case to some degree with that play by Jarvis. And the count on Riley is 0-2.
Well, you hear professionals talk about there's a stopwatch in the head. You know, they know what kind of person, they know how fast the hitter runs, what their times are down at first base, so they start ticking it off in their head. These young kids, they're starting to develop that ability, but you see somebody who's moving pretty quick, and all of a sudden you speed yourself up, and that's when you make mistakes.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Riley, 25 years of age. He is the right fielder tonight. The Blue Sox in double play depth. Average lead at first for and that's a ball.
Looks like Morey is starting to sort of revert back to that finesse label that he supposedly has. He's not trying to pound the zone with that fastball as much, trying to be a little more fine with his breaking pitches.
Riley fouls it back. 2-2. The last inning, Morey was strong, struck out the side. He's fanned 7 in this game, has not given up a walk. That error here leading off the 5th inning, the first miscue behind the Blue Sox starter. Average lead at first for So a full count on Riley. On deck is Milo Rushford, the Bandits' leadoff hitter. Don Lutz coaching at third. Matt Roxburgh, Roxy coaching at first for Shane Watson's ball club. Tied here 3-3 in the 5th inning. Ground ball off the glove of Morey. No play at second. He'll recover, go to first in time to retire Will Riley, a 1-3 putout. But Young Chang, finds himself at second base. So that's as good as a bunt. And a runner at second with one out here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, you can call that a productive out. Riley put a good swing on it, hit it hard. But getting that guy into scoring position, that was probably the most important thing he could have done there.
Here is Milo Rushford, who has struck out and had an infield single back in the 3rd inning. So he's 1 for 2. 6 for 16 to begin the season. So this youngster is off to a very good start. Kansas City Royals farmhand. At second base, back in. Bad throw. Will advance to third base. So a break there for the Bandits. A second error here in the 5th inning committed by the Blue Sox.
And that one could prove very costly because now Rushford all he needs to do is get that ball in play, get it up in the air to the outfield, and the Bandits can take a lead here.
Who are we giving the error to, CJ?
I'm going to have to give that one to the pitcher, Morey, I'm afraid to say, because the throw was a bit errant there.
Okay, that's a second error in the inning. The infield plays back. They want the out. Rushford just wants to put it in play, and he rips it foul. 1 strike. The one thing, this is rather obvious to people that have been around baseball, that you don't want to happen here, you can't strike out.
Can't strike out. And that was something that happened a few times to the Bandits against Adelaide. They'd get a guy on, and there was even a couple times where they had a guy on third base with no outs and couldn't get him across the plate. Right now, you need to get this guy in to score.
Nice block by the catcher, Hendry. So a 1-1 count on the leadoff hitter, Milo Rushford. At third base is with one away as the Bandits here in the 5th inning look to break this 3-3 deadlock.
Rushford's done a good job so far this season making contact, so you feel pretty comfortable here he's going to at least get a bat on the ball.
One and two. So safe on an error by the shortstop. On a ground out to the pitcher, he advances to second. On an errant pickoff attempt by the hurler, he goes to third. And why is that important? There are 10 ways you can score from third base. Now with a count 1-2, the Blue Sox pull the infield in. There's a big chopper. Oh, baby. That's the way to get the job done. Across the dish comes and the Bandits have the lead 4-3 here in the 5th inning, and Rushford has himself an RBI.
That's quite funny that the Blue Sox, like you said, Ken, pulled the infield in to try and cut off that run. Had they played back at normal depth, that was an easy play for Jarvis at shortstop, but as it was, Rushford just managed to chop it right over his head. Great piece of hitting there from Rushford.
You're right. If the infield had stayed back, they would have gotten an out. They don't have the second out. At first, Rushford, 4-3, Bandits up. Here's Jack Pineda, who has hit the ball hard twice tonight and is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Strike one.
Likely still would have scored from third base. It was a slow chop, so it would have given him a chance to score regardless, but this way, no outs for the Bandits on that play.
Throw to first, and Rushford gets back. The Blue Sox playing their infield in double play depth. The outfield almost straight away. Morey, the starter, working here in the 5th inning. And now trailing by 1 run. Bonita drove in the first run back in the 3rd, and then Park followed him with a 2-run double.
You kind of get the sense here that fatigue might be setting in a little bit for Morey here. His body language shows that he's starting to sort of feel that endurance.
High with that fastball, 1-1. We mentioned Morey went 5 innings last weekend at home against Canberra and shut out Canberra on 2 hits. Didn't walk anyone, struck out 6. That was an exceptional outing. Ooh, just outside. 2-1. This outing not quite to that caliber, of course, for Morey, but I'd say generally he's been pretty impressive. Striking out 7 along the way. He has not walked anyone. The leadoff error here in this inning certainly has not helped him at all. And then his pickoff attempt throwing error not helping. Back to the net. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All is quiet in the Sydney bullpen. And they're still busy in the Bandits bullpen and down the right field line.
Yeah, it looks like Hahn is ready to go down there.
Rushford, a pretty good lead, but an average lead at first. Gets a look from Morey. 2-2 the count on Pineda, and he grounds it back to the mound, to second to short, 1 on to first, and that is a double play. 1-6-3 as Pineda hits into a twin killing. But a big inning here in the 5th for the Bandits. They get a run on an RBI single from Milo Rushford. And it's on to the 6th inning, and the Bandits are on top 4-3.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer.
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer.
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
Well, all me.
Thank you, Archer.
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
The Outlaws are here. A lot of other folks also on hand here at Vidicon Stadium. Nice to have you along with us, wherever you may be watching on Baseball Plus. With CJ Barnes, I'm Ken Wilson. Got a new pitcher here in the 6th inning to face Sydney as the Bandits go to their bullpen.
Jae-Sung Han on for the 2nd time this season. Struggled in Adelaide, 1 2/3 innings, gave up 4 runs, a couple of strikeouts, a couple of walks. Looking to change that a little bit for himself here tonight.
The starter, Ryan Bollinger, with a really strong outing, especially after the 1st inning when Sydney did all their scoring. He goes 5 innings, allows 3 runs on 4 hits, walks 2, and strikes out 9. Here's a shot into left field, a base hit for Martin Vincelli Samar, the cleanup hitter and first baseman for Sydney. So he leads off with a single.
Yeah, Bollinger started off, it looked a little bit shaky. Looked like we were going to see the Ryan Bollinger we saw a little bit in Adelaide, but he tightened things right on down after that 3-run home run and rode out the rest of his night, 5 innings of really, really good work.
Here's the man that's accounted for all of the Sydney runs with a 3-run homer in the first, their catcher Wyatt Hendry. Bandits look for 2, fastball in for a strike. You might wonder, and you might not, about the spelling of Wyatt Hendry's last name. It's Hendrie, Hendry. Ooh, he gets brushed back just a bit. 1 ball, 1 strike. So if you look at Bollinger now through 2 starts, he's gone 9 1/3 innings. 7 runs, if I'm correct. He's given them all up in the first inning. 10 hits in 9 1/3 innings. Only 2 walks and 14 Ks. Back to the screen, 0-2.
Yeah, look, I mean, if he can find a way to get through that first inning relatively unscathed, it looks like he just gets better as the game goes on. So I see Bollinger really being the anchor of that rotation if he can, get that sort of first inning jitters worked out.
Hahn with a look at the runner, Vincelli Samar. Swing. And a foul into the glove of the catcher, and Hendry strikes out for the second time tonight.
Good-looking fastball there from Hahn. He's got a fastball, a slider, a curve, and a splitter that he likes to throw. That actually was the split-finger fastball right there. Works a lot like a changeup. He'll top out at about 94 on the fastball.
Bandits still look for 2, and strike 1 called on the Blue Sox third baseman Clayton Campbell, who is from Auckland, New Zealand, and played for Auckland in this league a season ago. Played A ball in the Detroit Tigers organization this past summer. Fouled out of play, 0-2. We mentioned we'll be right back here tomorrow night at 6:30. There's room for you, so why not come on out and enjoy a Friday night at the ballpark?
Yeah, why listen to us when you can be here in person?
That's right. If you're anywhere near Brisbane, plan on coming out to the ball game and having some fun. Foul back off the bat of Campbell. 6:30 tomorrow night, Saturday night, 6:30 again. Sunday, a noon game. And the weather forecasts, which were not that favorable earlier in the week for this weekend, have improved, so it should be very nice, as it is tonight here at the ballpark.
Yeah, driving up from the Gold Coast this afternoon, I was a bit iffy. Saw a few sprinkles coming down, but as soon as you got to the ballpark, beautiful.
Long way to go for Fritsch. He sidearms to first to retire Clayton Campbell as Vincelli Samar moves on to second base. So 2 down here in the Blue Sox 6th inning. The Bandits next weekend, round 3 of the 40-game season, will go to Melbourne. Sydney next weekend will go home against Adelaide. And they figure to have their hands full with the Giants, to say the least.
Yeah, to say the least. The team that we saw.
Whoa, up the middle, base hit. Here comes Samard rounding third. Here's the throw home, not in time. Backed up by the pitcher Hahn. And on the throw home, Maguire goes to second base. So Martin Vincelli Samard, who led off the inning with a single, scores to tie it on the base hit by Maguire, and he goes on the throw to second base. So just like that, the Bandits go to the bullpen, And their 4-3 lead has disappeared. It's now 4-4. And here is Evan Antonellis, the 8th hitter in the Sydney batting order. So he's got a chance to pick up McGuire and have the Blue Sox regain the lead. They led 3-0 thanks to a first inning home run. Then the Bandits came back with 3 in the 3rd to tie it. Scored in the 5th to take the lead. Here in the 6th, the Blue Sox tie it. Antonellis has walked and struck out. Hahn's 1-strike pitch fouled back. 0-2.
Hahn's doing a very good job getting ahead, 0-2. He's managed to put away the guys that he has done that to, but the 2 hits have come off the first pitch, so he's going to need to get a little more crafty, I think.
Oh, and 2 out of play. Well, there's some great new Bandits merchandise here in 2023. Come out to the ballpark this weekend, head on over to the merchandise store and check out the latest Full Hammer gear. Some great looking stuff. Runner at second, 2 down and a run in here in the Blue Sox 6th inning. That's a ball.
Yeah, there's a couple of really good-looking new jerseys. The blue jersey with the Brisbane city skyline on it. It looks fantastic.
Got a Story Bridge jersey. Nice looking. Antonellis up there, 1-2. Swing and a miss. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Jae-Sung Hahn. However, he gives up a run. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Viticon Stadium in Brisbane. And the Blue Sox and the Bandits are tied at 4. Here we go to the Bandits' half of the 6th inning, all tied at 4. And the Sydney Blue Sox have a new hurler, right-hander Drew Irvine. And his first pitch is a strike to Saiwan Park, who has struck out and doubled in 2 back in the 3rd inning.
Drew Irvine on for the 2nd time this season. Last weekend threw 2 innings of no-run baseball. Only gave up 1 hit in those 2 innings, struck out 1.
Three, 4, and 5 hitters here for Brisbane in the 6th inning, and this one is low and tight. Started off
early this year with High A for the Pittsburgh Pirates at Greensboro. Finished his season with Rocky Mountain in the Pioneer League.
On to first, the throw to retire Saiwan Park. 2-3 on the putout as Park leads off the 6th inning by striking out against the new pitcher, Drew Irvine, 23-year-old. Pitched in college in the Big Ten at Iowa. Here is Tayden Hall, who is grounded twice to the first baseman, and he fouls this one out of play, 1 strike. The Blue Sox 4 and the Bandits 4. Bottom of the 6th inning. So we've got ourselves quite a ball game. Fastball away, 1-1.
These games are going to prove very important as this season progresses.
Ball gets loose from the bullpen, so time is called.
They're going to prove very important as the season progresses with only 2 teams advancing from this division. Each game is going to be absolutely vital.
One out, nobody on. Fastball high on Tayden Hall. The 20-year-old takes a pitch low. 3-1, so he's got himself a nice hitter's count here. You might think that Tayden's a big guy. He is. He's 6'4", weighs about 215 pounds, and he pops this one up out of play over our heads. And it's a full count on the Bandits' first baseman. Hall has played 2 minor league seasons and hit .283. That's a pretty good average. He takes this one, ball 4, and that's one of his specialties. That's the 3rd walk he has drawn in 5 games this season.
Very excellent patient at bat. That's one of his hallmarks, and what the Brewers really like about him is that ability to recognize the strike zone and accept those walks.
Here is the Bandits' second baseman, Dermot Fritsch, who is grounded to second and taken a called 3rd strike. A young man, a former ABL Rookie of the Year. The Bandits' second baseman. Blue Sox shorten up in the infield, look for 2. The outfield straight away. And that's up and in, ball 1. Fritsch with the Bandits' only home run this season. But again, it's only game number 5 of 40. A long way to go yet. This one gets off the glove of the catcher Hendry, and down to second base goes Tayden Hall.
That could prove very costly right there. Hendry maybe got crossed up a little bit there with Drew Irvine. But allowing Hall to get into scoring position.
I call it a pass ball.
I call it a pass ball as well, definitely.
Fritsch with a 2-0 pitch, and it is 3-0. On deck is Andrew Soupy Campbell for the Bandits. Don Lutz, we mentioned earlier, coaching at third after a fine professional career. First year out of action as a player. Strike called.
Yeah, I spoke to Donald before the game about what it's been like kind of making that transition from an everyday player to coming in here as a coach, and says it's still taking some time to get used to, but he's becoming accustomed to it.
Fly ball, well tagged, right field. Austin is back there. He makes the catch. Tagging at second is Hall, and he'll advance to third as the throw comes in. So Fritsch advances the runner with a fly to right, and the Bandits have the potential tie-breaking run at third base with 2 outs. here in the 6th inning.
Familiar situation here for Andrew Campbell last weekend. Came up with 2 outs, a man on third, and came through with the big single just past the shortstop.
There's ball 1.
And I think often overlooked when it comes to to baseball and things is the hustle play. He hustled out an extra 90 feet to get to second base and put himself in a position to score. And that sort of little extra effort often is not something you see in a stat line, but when you watch it happen, you think that's the sort of thing you want to learn as a young player.
Very true. Campbell has struck out twice tonight, a chance to break the tie. He hits a chopper. First baseman waits back. Pincelli Samar, the throw to first to Irvine to retire Campbell, and that'll do it for the Bandits. They strand a runner at third base here in the 6th inning. This is Brisbane Bandits baseball on the ABL's Baseball Plus.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer.
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer.
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you, Archer.
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Quite a ball game tonight, 4-4 going to the 7th inning, and here is the third Bandits pitcher of the night.
Hyung Won Lim, third appearance this season over here from the KBO's NC Dinos. 2 1/3 inning, gave up 1 run, had a couple of walks and a strikeout. So looking to keep this game tied.
Bollinger goes 5. Hahn goes 1, gives up a run on 2 hits. Doesn't walk anyone, strikes out 2. And now it is Lim. His first pitch misses, ball 1. Mitch Austin leading off here in the 7th inning for the Blue Sox. He is struck out and popped to third. He takes a strike. Austin is playing right field tonight, hitting 9th. He's more of an infielder than an outfielder. Hit .286 last season, so he can swing it a bit. And he doesn't connect here. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
At a Lim, you're going to see a fastball, a splitter, a slider, and a curve. Comes a bit from the side, a little bit of a side winding action. Bandits fans will be very familiar with that particular mechanics with their fan favorite Sam Holland.
Outfield shades just a bit to left for Austin. A little off that time. Takes quite a bit off the fastball. And that freezes Austin, so he's called out on strikes for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that split finger here. Oh, no, looks like a slider on that. Just comes back in on that outside corner, perfectly placed.
That's the 20th strikeout of this game, and that is strike one on Raito Ikeda, who has walked and scored, popped to second, and struck out. Bollinger, Hahn, and Lim have now combined for 12 strikeouts. 1 ball, 1 strike. CJ mentioned the new connection this season with the Korean team. Fly ball hit well to left. That's tagged. Rushford back at the wall, and he makes the catch on a long drive off the bat of Ikeda.
Tell you what, I thought that one was going to be untying this game right off the bat. Ikeda got a lot of it, but Rushford able to run it down right at the wall.
So 2 up, 2 down against Lim here in the 7th inning in a ball game that's tied at 4. Second hitter in the Blue Sox order, Mike Jarvis, 1 for 3, and he takes a ball.
Yeah, the relationship with the NC Dinos coming out of the Geelong Korea team leaving the league allows a lot of those KBO stars that were playing with that Geelong Korea team to sort of disperse themselves amongst the different ABL squads. There's Canberra has a few really good players from the Kia Tigers, and there's a few other KBO stars that are dotting the league now.
The count is 3-0 on Mike Jarvis, the Blue Sox shortstop. He's taking all the way, ball 4. A 2-out walk. You might say to yourself, if you'd like, as I would, what are the NC Dinos? And the story is that club is owned by a software company in Korea known as NC Soft, and they play in Changwon, South Korea, the 11th largest city in South Korea. And I got to look at their ballpark, and I said to myself, wow, what a nice ballpark. A ballpark that was designed by Populous back when it was known as HOK, a highly regarded international stadium designer. And I think it's got about 30,000 seats. And I said to myself, a nice ballpark like that in the 11th largest city in South Korea.
Makes you wonder what kind of parks they have in the top 10.
Yes, I said to myself, wow, that's a nice looking ballpark. So that's the story. The NC Dinos providing some players to the Bandits, owned by a software company, NC Soft. Up to the plate will come Josh DeLuca after he makes an adjustment. A runner at first, 2 down, 7th inning. The Blue Sox and Bandits all knotted up at 4 aside. Runner at first does not get much of a lead. Jarvis, Hall is right there with him with 2 outs. That's at the knees. A strike. I'm not sure that DeLuca thought it was in the zone, but it's a strike according to plate umpire Tom West. Lim sidearm misses. Crowd not agreeing with that call. 1-1.
Yeah, Tom West maybe a little tight on a couple of those, but it's very easy to call from the stands what are balls and strikes. Whenever I pitch, everything I throw is a strike.
Throw to first and back in is Jarvis. Very pleasant night here at the old ballpark. Some call it Holloway Field, Vidicon Stadium. Runner goes, pitches a ball. The throw is very strong, but not in time. Jarvis had quite a jump on Youngwon Lim, and he's in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. That's his second stolen base of the night. And the count is 2-1 on DeLuca.
Jarvis just doing such a good job reading these pitchers and timing them out right.
So the Blue Sox with a chance to break this tie here in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. The pitch had some good movement on it.
Yeah, that's that really filthy slider that that I heard about from Michael O'Neill. It just got a really sharp break because it comes from that funny angle. Just makes it really hard on a lefty.
Jarvis gets his lead at second. 2 away. Ground ball sharply to Hall. He gobbles it up, wins the race to the bag, and the Blue Sox leave a runner in scoring position. 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark in Brisbane, and this is the Australian Baseball League on Baseball Plus.
Welcome to Ace Comms, two-way radio and body-worn camera specialists. Ace Comms is proudly the Australian distributor for Motorola Solutions. Ace Comms was formed in 1988 in South Africa and has grown into a premier wireless communications technologies distributor. With a primary focus on Motorola solutions, we also supply a wide variety of leading radio communications brands. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our partner network opportunity with you. Leverage off the high-demand wireless comms industry and let Ace Comms empower your business to grow.
Yo, up the middle, another base hit. On Sunday, now he banks one to right field. 2. Yo's back. At the track, he got it. Pump and the fire. Struck him out swinging.
Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
Nice to have you with us here on a beautiful night for baseball in Brisbane. CJ Barnes is here. He's been here a long time. My name's Ken Wilson. Nice to have you with us. Looking forward to another 19 games at least in this season from here at Vidicott Stadium. Let's see what the Bandits can do here in the 7th inning. Mitch Nielsen leads off, the third baseman. Takes ball 1, facing Drew Irvine, coming into his 2nd inning of work. All tied at 4. He gets it up there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nielsen's got some pop in his bat. He's known to really ride home run alley here at Vidicott Stadium.
Ground ball. Second baseman throws him out. There goes Ikeda to Vincelli Samar. 1 up, 1 down. And Hee Young Chan, who is 0 for 11 in his rookie season in the ABL. We'll see what he can do here. He got on base leading off in the 5th on an error by the shortstop Jarvis. And after a ground out and a pickoff attempt that was errant, he came in to score on Rushford's base hit. Fastball misses. There really haven't been that many hits in this game. The Bandits have had only 1 hit since they had 4 hits in a row in the 3rd inning, and their hit total is just 5. Swing and a miss on a pitch out of the strike zone. Meanwhile, the Blue Sox have had only 5 hits. So 10 hits in this game is not a lot of hits, which probably isn't very surprising if you look at what the two teams did offensively in round 1. We talked earlier, the Blue Sox coming in with a team average of 207, scored only 13 runs in the first 4 games, and the Bandits coming in with an average of 202, and they scored only 5 runs in the first 4 games.
As we said at the start of the game, Ken, it's just how the game of baseball works. Sometimes you can score 13 runs off off a handful of hits, and sometimes you only score 5.
You look at this game, this is the 7th inning for the Bandits. In 6 of the innings, they have 1 hit. Yet they had 4 hits in a row in the 3rd inning. So how do you figure it? That'll go into center field, a base hit. So has his first hit with the Brisbane Bandits, a 1-out single here in the 7th inning.
Good time to get that too. Irvine has been a bit shaky with his accuracy in these first 2 innings. Being able to work that count and get that ball out in the outfield. Now you get Will Riley here, who's had some success so far tonight. Turn it over to Milo Rushford. Might get something cooking here in the 7th.
Riley started that rally in the 3rd, a 2-out rally. Takes a strike. To go back and recap, Blue Sox got 3 in the 1st on a Wyatt Hendry home run. And then with 2 outs in the 3rd, the Bandits put together 4 straight hits to tie it at 3. And the Bandits got a run in the 5th. And coming back, the Blue Sox got a run in the 6th. So here we are in the 7th, tied at 4 at an 0-2 count on Will Riley. The Blue Sox in double play depth. Jarvis shortens up at short. Ikeda in a step or 2 at second base. Pretty good lead at first for And that pitch down and in. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count here on Will Riley.
One thing I've seen from the Bandits tonight that's going really well for them is their patience at the plate. They're allowing those pitches to come to them and getting good swings on them.
Riley fans 2 down here in the 7th inning. At first, and Milo Rushford, who's been as good with the bat as anybody on the Bandits ball club here in the first 5 games, comes to the plate. He's 2 for 3 tonight. He has scored a run. He has driven in a run. So he has 7 hits and 17 at bats in the first 5 games, and he looks at ball 1. The Kansas City Royals farmhand, Milo Rushford. There's a strike at the knees. Average lead at first for Here's a broken back grounder to the second baseman. Nice hop for Ikeda, and he throws out Rushford. So, the Bandits leave a runner. They've stranded 5 tonight. The Blue Sox have also left 5. The 8th inning is just around the corner here at Vidicon Stadium, and the ball game is tied at 4.
The Hino 300 series set the safety benchmark with Hino SmartSafe. Built for safety, ready for anything. That's another Hino advantage.
Here at Phoenix Law & Associates, we're all about understanding your circumstances. We want to make sure that our clients have had the best service and an excellent experience. We're here to care for you.
Here at Phoenix Law & Associates, we speak your language.
Doesn't get much better than this as the Bandits go to the bullpen, and here's their fourth pitcher of the night.
Bandits legend Sam Holland, sidewinding righty, just back from Japan over there for the Asia Pacific Championships. Holland will show you a sinker, a slider, and a change from that funny angle from the side.
The call to the bullpen. Ace Comms helping out. Bandits making the pitching change again. And it'll be Vincelli, Samar, Hendry, and Campbell in the 8th inning for Tony Harris's Blue Sox. Vincelli Samard is their cleanup hitter. He has one of their 5 hits. Scored the tying run after leading off the 6th inning with a single to left, and he takes ball 1. Vincelli Samar, Hendry, and Campbell, as we said, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. On the backhand, Fritsch, nice play. Vincelli Samar is gone, leading off the 8th.
Fritz showing that stalwart leather over there at second base. He's so smooth in the way that he picks up ground balls and fires over.
That'll bring up Wyatt Hendry, who hit the 3-run homer in the first inning. Since then, he has struck out twice, swinging both times. That's a strike. A 23-year-old from San Diego State. Trying to get aboard here for the Blue Sox with this one all tied at 4. 1-1.
9th season here in Brisbane for Sam Holland. Last year, his best year by far, 2.14 ERA in 42 innings. Was absolutely phenomenal.
Here's a shot just out of the reach of Hall. Over to pick up the ball is Riley, and that's a 1-out 8th inning single for Wyatt Hendry. Yeah, Holland had some impressive numbers. Versatile, of course. 15 games last season, 7 as a starter.
And I think the one game that Bandits fans last year would remember the most is when he came in extra innings, went 2 innings in extras and managed to come out victorious on a walk-off scramble from Donald Lutz in the bottom half of that inning. It was a great game.
First pitch is a ball to Clayton Campbell, who is 0 for 3 tonight for the Blue Sox. Ground ball to short, sharply hit. Bonita to second, to Fritsch to first. The tag by Hall. Oh, baby, what a play at first base by Tayden Hall. So a 6-4-3 double play. Some strong defense behind Sam Holland. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Brisbane. And you're watching Australian Baseball League action.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer.
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer.
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you, Archer.
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Nice to have you with us here at Vidicon Stadium. ABL Baseball, round 2. The youngsters getting the old race around the infield with Buster, the mascot. The kids dash.
Looks like Buster has him here.
I think he's not as fast as he thinks, and see, he can't quite keep up the pace. Come out to the park and enjoy the baseball and enjoy Buster the mascot. Have some fun.
New pitcher on the mound here for Sydney. Got Dazon Cole. 1 appearance so far this season against Canberra. Went 3 innings. Gave up a couple of runs. Only one of those earned.
First man he faces is Jack Panetta, who has an RBI single and is 1 for 3. It's 4-4 in the Bandits' half of the 8th inning.
Originally from Pontiac, Michigan is Dazon Cole. He is 27. Played earlier this year in the Frontier League.
Throw to first on the strikeout, so 2-3 on the putout of Panetta, and 1 out in the 8th inning. That brings up Saiwan Park, who drove in 2 with a double in that big 3-run 3rd inning, and he takes strike 1. That one is low, a breaking ball. 1-1. Hall on deck, 1 out. Bases empty, 8th inning. A shot into left field. Well, that's drilled off the bat of Park. So he's 2 for 4 tonight. The young center fielder from Korea. And the potential tie-breaking run at first base with 1 out here in the 8th inning. And you've got the cleanup hitter coming up.
One thing to note here after Park, apart from Dermot Fritsch, all hitters are lefties, so a little bit of an advantage to Brisbane here in this bottom half of the inning.
This one fouled away, 1 strike. The Blue Sox have used 3 pitchers. The Bandits have used 4. Here in Game 1 of this 4-game series. Round 2 of 10 in the season. Throw to first and the runner back.
Park is a threat to run. He's got really, really good speed. Moderate lead over there, though.
Throw to first, and back easily is Park. Dazon Cole after Rio Toro Mori and Drew Irvine. Irvine going 2, giving up no runs, 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 1. Out of play.
Yeah, Drew Irvine, his stat line seems a lot better than what we sort of saw out of him. He didn't seem to find the strike zone very readily, but clearly was able to be effective.
Strike 3 called. So Taden Hall is caught looking, and they're 2 down.
Caught the top of the zone there. I probably wouldn't like it if I was a hitter, but I'd love it as a pitcher. Good looking tail on that fastball.
Dermot Fritsch looking for his first hit. 0 for 3. Pitches a ball, throw to first again. Park gets back. Park on the pitch darts as if he's going to go to second and then stops, which catches the eye of the Blue Sox catcher, Wyatt Hendry. 2 outs, Park at first, 8th inning, 4-4 ball game. And this one fouled off towards the first base dugout.
I think Andrew Campbell over there in the on-deck circle saw his life flash before his eyes.
Cole's been around, 27-year-old.
Played his college ball at Central Michigan.
This one blocked nicely by Hendrick. Central Michigan, the Chippewas in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, not too far from Cole's hometown of Pontiac, which used to be home of the Silver Dome, which used to be home of the Detroit Lions of the National Football League. And what else would you like to know? That's probably plenty. Fritsch starts to swing, checks his swing as they appeal to Paul Lotta, the first base umpire. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. For 4, 8th inning. Fritsch hits a shallow fly to left. Antonellis comes in, makes the catch to retire the side. The Bandits leave their 6th runner of the night. The Blue Sox have left 5. And guess what? The 9th inning is coming up next. It's the Blue Sox 4 and the Bandits 4.
Welcome to Ace Comms, two-way radio and body-worn camera specialists. Ace Comms is proudly the Australian distributor for Motorola Solutions. Ace Comms was formed in 1988 in South Africa and has grown into a premier wireless. Welcome to Ace Comms, two-way radio and body-worn camera specialists. Ace Comms is proudly the Australian distributor for Motorola Solutions. Ace Comms was formed in 1988 in South Africa and has grown into a premier wireless communications technologies distributor. With a primary focus on Motorola Solutions, we also supply a wide variety of leading radio communications brands. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our partner network opportunity with you. Leverage off the high-demand wireless comms industry and let Ace Comms empower your business to grow.
Yo, up the middle, another base hit. On Sunday, now he banks one to right field. 2. Yo's back. At the track he got it. Pump and the fire. Struck him out swinging.
Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
Sam Holland will go to work here against the Blue Sox in the 9th inning. All tied at 4, trying to get the Bandits to the bottom of the 9th and maybe a victory here in the home opener. Ball 1 to Solomon McGuire, 7th hitter in the order, then Evan Antonellis, and then Mitch Austin. 6 hits tonight for the Blue Sox, that's it. There's a strike. They didn't show much offense in taking 3 out of 4 at home in round 1 from Canberra. And they haven't shown much offense here. Foul back.
Yeah, a lot of men left in scoring position tonight. Not a lot of big hits apart from the 3-run home run from Wyatt Hendry.
McGuire almost tips over and strikes out. Second time tonight he is fanned.
Of all the strikeouts we've seen tonight, that one might have been the ugliest.
There was no beauty to it. That's 13 strikeouts by Bandits pitchers, and it's 1 strike on Evan Antonellis, who was walked, struck out twice. There's a fastball tight, a ball.
Holland, not a big strikeout guy, known for getting balls on the ground, a lot of easy outs for his infielders.
That's a ball. If you like strikeouts, you have come to the right spot. 24 strikeouts.
And that's after, over the last weekend for around the league, 199 strikeouts posted.
Fritsch to Hall. That retires Antonellis. 2 up, 2 down here in the Blue Sox 9th inning. The Blue Sox have struck out 13 times, and the Bandits have fanned on 11 occasions. And here's the 9th hitter in Tony Harris's batting order, Mitch Austin, who is hitless in 3 tries. Sam Holland in his 2nd inning of work gave up a 1-out single in the 8th inning, but a double play turned by the Bandits behind him. There is ball 1. You might want to look ahead to the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Campbell, Nilsson, and the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Shane Watson's Bandits. Did he go? No, says third base umpire Adam Leake. 2-0. Tomorrow night, same 2 teams. Saturday night, same 2 teams. Same time, 6:30. Sunday, same 2 teams, right here at the ballpark at noon. That's a strike. We'll have the games right back here on the ABL's Baseball Plus, but we'd much rather see you here in person.
Would we call it high noon here at the Wild West Saloon?
That's right. Could well be. Could be a shootout. Austin, ground ball to short. The throw across from Pineda, 1, 2, 3. So Holland has come out of the bullpen, no surprise. He's done a good job. Let's see if the Bandits have a surprise or 2 for us in the bottom of the 9th inning. You're watching the Australian Baseball League on Baseball Plus.
The Hino 300 series set the safety benchmark with Hino SmartSafe. Built for safety, ready for anything. That's another Hino advantage.
Here at Phoenix Law & Associates, we're all about understanding your circumstances. We want to make sure that our clients have had the best service and an excellent experience. We're here to care for you.
Here at Phoenix Law & Associates, we speak your language.
Here come the Bandits in the bottom of the ninth, all tied at 4 with the Sydney Blue Sox, and the first offering is a strike call to Soupy Campbell, who has struck out twice and grounded first baseman to the pitcher. Facing Dazon Cole, former big league farmhand. Count goes to 1-1.
Farmhand with the Los Angeles Angels, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right. 2-1. 6 hits aside in this game, 4 runs aside, and strikeouts galore. Pop foul off third base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Campbell in his 13th season takes a ball. He'll turn 32 in February. Played a couple of years in the Cleveland Indians / Guardians organization back in 2011 and 2012. Played in Germany for a year. Fly ball, center field. McGuire back, still back at the wall, leaps up, can't get it. It's off the wall, he falls down. Soupy Campbell pulls up at second base, and there is the potential winning run here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Campbell comes through with his first hit of the ball game.
Huge shot off the bat of Soupy Campbell. We were saying before the game, Ken, he hit a few in Adelaide that went right to the track. That would have been well and truly out of here at Vidicon Stadium. But that one just off the wall. Nearly thought that was going to be run down by the center fielder, McGuire. But Andrew Campbell getting the Bandits off to a good start here in the ninth.
Conference on the mound. The bullpen would appear to be quiet. So we're going to talk some strategy here as the entire infield comes to the hill with a potential winning run at second base with nobody out. So you really got a lot of strategy here. You got the defensive strategy. You've got the offensive strategy. What do you want to do with Mitch Nielsen?
Well, I would imagine that Tony Harris right now is speaking to his troops about what to do on the off chance that Mitch Nielsen decides to lay down a bunt here, how they want to try and defend that to prevent Campbell from getting to third base. For Nielsen, the only strategy here is don't strike out and get the ball into play to the right side of the infield at the very least to try and get that 90 feet for Campbell.
Mitch has not had a hit tonight and has not gotten the ball out of the infield. He has pulled it twice, popped to second in the third, struck out in the fourth, and in the seventh inning grounded to the second baseman. He is 1 out of 14 to start the season, so he is overdue, and the right kind of hit will give the Bandits a victory. Fastball, good one, strike call. After Nielsen, it'll be the catcher. 4-4 is the score. What a ball game. Bottom of the ninth inning. Campbell at second, nobody out. And there's another fastball in for a strike. And it's 0-2. So we know already, obviously, that Mitch Nielsen is not going to bunt Soupy Campbell over to third base. And at this point, a ground ball to the right side would look like money in the bank. This one will go to the backstop. Campbell starts a move to third, then pulls up as the ball comes right off the back. And I guess Mitch Nielsen was hit by that pitch.
Yeah, that one was tough to call. I mean, that seemed to go through all sorts of bends and wickets and all that sort of good stuff, but definitely thought that would have clipped him somehow, some way. Very unfortunate for the Bandits there, and a lucky break for the Blue Sox, because Andrew Campbell would have gotten that 90 feet irregardless of what Mitch Nielsen did there.
Now, the Blue Sox expect a bunt here from Hee-Young Chan the catcher, who is 1 for 3. So they look for the bunt.
Got Campbell playing in, and Vincello Samar playing in as well on the corners. Still double play depth back there for the middle infielders.
Is swinging, breaks his bat. Second baseman Akita goes to third. Oh, baby, what a play. What a gutsy play by the Blue Sox second baseman, Akita. And he cuts down the lead runner, Soupy Campbell, 4-5. That is a gutsy play. Safe at first is on a fielder's choice. The ball not hit sharply enough to get the 4-6-3 double play.
Well, that one was a bit of a funny one and a tough one on Andrew Campbell there, because that ball got up in the air just out of the reach of Dazon Cole. But if you watch there, Campbell had to hesitate for just a second to make sure that ball was not going to get caught and he doesn't get doubled up.
Here is Will Riley. He has a hit in 3 tries. He takes strike 1. So that's an interesting turn, to say the least. Nielsen gets hit by a pitch, which is not all that good for the Bandits. Then you get a ground ball in what could have been a bunting situation, and you get the lead runner thrown out on a force out at third base. So a
little stroke of bad luck for the Bandits there.
I would not have predicted any of that to happen. And I'm not sure I have ever seen that happen in all these years. That is quite a turn. Runners at first and second, and 1 out, and there's a ball. A 4-5 force out. You don't see many of those right off the bat.
No, not at all. And, just out of the reach of Dazon Cole, it's almost lucky for the Blue Sox that he didn't manage to get any leather on it. Otherwise, it could have fouled that up.
Ground ball. It hits the pitcher, Cole, and the throw to first is not in time. It pulls the first baseman, Vincelli Samar, off the bag. So the bases are loaded. The bases are loaded. That'll be an infield single for Will Riley. He's at first base. Goes to second. Mitch Nielsen, who got on board, hit by a pitch, is at third base. And we go to the top of the order. Maybe as good a hitter as the Bandits have had in their first 5 games, Milo Rushford, with a chance to win it. And there's a zillion ways to win it here with only 1 out. In the corners, double play depth up the middle. Rushford already has 2 hits. He's driven in 1, and he takes ball 1. And, of course, Dazon Cole, the third Sydney pitcher of the night, has nowhere to put Rushford. He's got to throw strikes here.
He's got to throw strikes. And for Rushford, you're looking for something that you can get up in the air into the outfield. You don't need to do too much. You don't need to get too much of it. Just get it up in the air and get Mitch Nielsen in from third base.
It's 2-0. So a fly ball deep enough breaks the 4-4 tie, gives the Bandits the win here in the 9th inning. A ground ball challenges the Blue Sox infield. A walk forces in a run and wins the game for Brisbane. Cole's pitch, swung on, popped up. Towards the mound, the third baseman Campbell makes the catch, and that is not good news for the Bandits. That is out number 2 as Rushford pops to the third baseman, and now it all falls on the shoulders of Kansas City Royals farmhand Jack Pineda, who in 4 trips to the plate has singled in a run. So he is 1 out of 4, and he has a chance with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th and the bases loaded to keep this game from going to extra innings. It's 4-4, the Blue Sox and the Bandits. What'll happen here? Pineda ready. Cole delivers. Fly ball fouled off to the left. 1 strike. Pineda in the first inning hit the ball sharply. Good line drive play caught by Jarvis, the shortstop. Singled in a run in the third. Hit into a 1-6-3 double play in the 5th. Struck out last inning. A chance to end it here. Pineda fouls this one deep down the left field line. Out of play. So Cole has it his way. he jumps ahead 2 strikes on Jack Pineda, the 24-year-old.
Pineda here just needs to try and stay alive, make contact, foul balls off, and wait for that one pitch that you can try and drive or at least flare out into the shallow outfield.
This one goes to the backstop, no advance. All the runners charge ahead and then stop when that ball ricochets quickly off of the concrete lower backstop.
Tell you what, that darn near got Pineda on the foot as well, and that would have ended the ball game too. You obviously don't want to take a pitch like that off the foot. That's gonna, especially if you're coming back from injury, but that was very nearly a hit by pitch end of the game.
Here it is. Very much so. I'm in love with ballparks that have very little foul territory because the fans get closer to the action. But on plays like that, most ballparks you could walk in from third base.
It's true.
And the game would be over. Not when you have very little distance behind the plate. Even if the ball hits the wall, the catcher has enough time to go back there and throw to the pitcher covering. In this case, the ball ricocheted right back.
And Mitch Nilsson, not the most fleet of foot down there on third base, so it would need to ricochet in a really lucky way.
Pineda, up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You've got the potential winning run, Mitch Nilsson at third. You have at second, Riley at first. They are only significant in that they are potential outs and potential force outs if the Blue Sox need it. Pineda, tight spot 2-2. He has a chance to be a hero in his first game with the Brisbane Bandits. 4-4, bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, 2 outs. Cole ready, here it comes. Ground ball off the dish, will it stay fair? And it goes foul. It's a foul ball. Of all things, what a ball to watch in a situation like that. And you had the sense it would go foul. But then if Vincelli Samar, the first baseman, got in quickly and grabbed it, he could have tagged the runner, which would have sent us to the 10th inning.
That as a first baseman or somebody who's played a lot of first base, Vincelli Samar, that is a very tough play to try and make because the way that ball is angling, if you don't grab it, and it stays fair, then you're waiting for it to go foul. It's just so much indecision. You did the right thing there, but man, especially in this situation, what do you do? Adrenaline going, that's tough.
2-2 the count on Pineda, second hitter in the Bandits order. Bases loaded, 2 out, bottom of the 9th. Tied at 4, and he swings, hits a shot to left, a base hit, the Bandits win it. Mitch Nilsson crosses the plate. Pineda with his second RBI of the night. The Bandits win it in the bottom of the 9th inning. The final score tonight, the Bandits 5 and the Blue Sox 4.
Man, what a game. The crowd that came out here tonight was treated to an absolute gem of a ball game. And to end it like that, Jack Pineda not doing too much, just getting bat on ball and coming up a big hero for this home opener.
He has 2 of the hits tonight and 2 of the RBIs for the Bandits. So Jack Pineda, in his debut with the Bandits, a Kansas City Royals farmhand, proves to be a hero. Out of the bullpen, Sam Holland works the last 2 innings, shuts out the Blue Sox on 1 hit. He gets the victory. Dazan Cole is the loser, and it doesn't get much sweeter than this. And this is just the opener of the 4-game weekend series. We hope you'll be out here tomorrow night, 6:30. Again, Saturday night at 6:30, noon on Sunday. CJ, enjoyed it?
Absolutely.
If the next 19 games are this good, we'll be in heaven.
I am going to need to get myself hooked up to an EKG machine because that was heart-pounding.
That was terrific. Well, congratulations to the Bandits. Thank you so much for being with us For CJ Barnes and our great crew, they did a terrific job here tonight. I'm Ken Wilson. Thanks for being with us. Again, the final score tonight at Vidicon Stadium, the Brisbane Bandits 5 and the Sydney Blue Sox 4.
Welcome to Ace Comms, two-way radio and body-worn camera specialists. Ace Comms is proudly the Australian distributor for Motorola Solutions. Ace Comms was formed in 1988 in South Africa and has grown into a premier wireless communications technologies distributor. With a primary focus on Motorola Solutions, we also supply a wide variety of leading radio communications brands. We welcome the opportunity to discuss our partner network opportunity with you. Leverage off the high-demand wireless comms industry and let Ace Comms empower your business to grow.
Yo, up the middle, another base hit. Last Sunday, now he banks one to right field. 2. Yo's back. At the track he got it. Pump and the fire. Struck him out swinging.
Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.